It's Frankie Fridays, and we've got 3 facts for you. First appearance of Weston's kids, first time the whole club get arrested, and first to last appearance of the Lodi Crime Unit. Epic 3 facts here on Frankie Fridays.
Let's talk about Weston's kids for a minute.
Why? Woo! I love Weston's kids.
Just two little junior Nazis growing up here.
Tell you what,
two little mini Hitlers.
The wee kid pissing the bed's a bit shit, but the guy standing up pointing the gun.
Reader.
That's pretty good acting for I feel like a 9-year-old.
Yeah, normally I can't stand kids acting, but I thought it was alright. First time the club get arrested as a whole, well, when the entire club go to shoot up people, then you can expect to get arrested as a big group. But Opie did survive this because he tried to give chase to...
And Piney was getting pissed.
Yeah, and Piney was too busy getting pissed. Where is Piney? He's a fucking joke.
I know, he should be fucking there.
And yeah, the first and last appearance of the Lodi Crime Unit because they got Unser's pish on them and it basically pissed them off. So they never came back.
They pissed off back to TJ, but
they never showed their pishy face or in here again.
Exactly, but we kick off the epic episode. Would you describe it as epic? I don't know, but the ambulance, St. Freddy's Infirmary, that Half-Sack stole the ambulance from, it takes off. Chib's in the back. Will he survive? He's critical. Thoughts and prayers with Big Chibby Boy, isn't it?
Imagine if we actually lost Chibs here.
Be mad. Be bloody mad. But you never know. We might lose him the next episode.
We might. He's hanging on in there.
Unser says to Hale he's got some business to take care of, so he walks 10 feet and starts
talking to Clay. I mean, this is a joke, though, man. Come on.
I know, it's so fucking corrupt. And Unser and Clay...
They're not even hiding it at this stage.
I know, Clay basically says to Unser, right, I need a home address on Weston Sobel and I'm going to end him. Unser tries to put across the fact that he doesn't want it done in Charming, but Clay's like, Main Street's going to be on the 4 o'clock news, brother.
That's why you get me their home address. They live outside of Charming.
But like, see Unser, like, see this whole gimmick of, oh, as long as it doesn't happen inside of Charming, it's like, I mean, it's not like if it happens inside of Charming, your pay gets deducted by 50%. Do you not feel like the whole gimmick, though, of like, Charming, it was a bit like, right, why is this guy got such a hard-on for Charming? Well, you're near dead.
It's his town, it's his jurisdiction, you know, he doesn't want any...
Jurisdiction, mate?
Jurisdiction, as I said.
No, that's alright, but my point is, like, should he not be concerned about the fact he's got about 6 minutes left on the planet?
He should be, but I mean, but even then, it doesn't make any sense. It makes it sound as if Unser's completely fine if Clay kills like 10 million people as long as it's outside of Charming.
As long as he's doing that side of the border.
This guy's supposed to be a fucking police officer, man, and he's you know, he's fucking getting home addresses for Clay to snuff people. It's insane.
It's mad. Jack says to Hale that they're going to have to go at Sobel, full-blown attack. Hale questions it, says, what, so you just run off, blind off a cliff, and it's right?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, Jax is smart enough not to go against Clay in this move, which we'll get to in a minute, but it's like, it is just the same sort of logic as Otto. Like, you've still got to do a calculated attack. You can't just go in fucking blind, because the club have actually discussed that it's exactly what Sobel wants.
Yeah, so I don't see how this has changed anything.
It just means it sped things up. You can't, like...
Now, maybe it could mean immediate retaliation instead of, like, thinking it through, but you still need to think it through.
Yeah, exactly. So when we get to the actual vote here, Clay says, we don't need a goddamn plan. He's tried to kill Tuyas in the past 24 hours.
We take him out.
We act now. Basically, Bobby says what we're going to do, cut his head off in broad daylight, and Happy's like, yeah, I'm for it. Happy wanting to lay the smack down, so we don't need a vote
here. Happy just wants an tattoo.
Jax doesn't even bother his arse, like, you know, because Piney's pissed off. Chibs is in a bed. His only voter would be Bobby, but Bobby, only reason split it was to split it.
Yeah, but couldn't Jax still be like, realistically, nothing's changed here? So Bell's still smart. He's still one step ahead. We need to think through before we, you know, launch ourselves into a mistake here. I mean,
surely that would have been better than what he does, teaming up with Hale.
Yeah.
Has to be, like, it truly has to be. Opie then storms off into his, like, wee room, and then Jack's like, you staying here, big man? He's like, aye, and then Jax is like, oh, you should go look after your kids, and Opie's like, well, you know what, brother? You need to back down and get in line, because this is Clay's house.
You know what? Fucking a bit hypocritical here. I mean, Jax's kid was born, and where was Jax? Didn't he want to go to the hospital?
I know, he's too fucking afraid.
Shouldn't Jax be at home with Abel, considering Abel's had a 20% chance of fucking living?
Exactly, but basically throughout this episode, we're looking for Sobel and Weston, but nobody can find them. Darby's even gone missing. Hale and Jax meet at the lumber mill. Opie like tracks him, and then Jax loses him at like the next red light, and it's
Could have
like
got his best friend killed here, man.
I don't imagine Opie get killed here because you're being petty with each other.
Because Opie tries to run through a red to keep up, and you know what I mean, he gets wiped out by a trailer, JT style.
I know.
What?
But the real reason why they can't find Sobel and Weston's because they're meeting with the IRA, brother. And we had a really good line actually before this where Edward Hayes shows up at the clubhouse and Tig says, the Irish, they love a good car bomb, brother. And then Big Edmund says that he grew up in South Armagh, boys. He knows what the smell of bombs smells like, the carbon nitrate or whatever. And it's like, would any of them get that? We get it. Chibs gets it. But nobody else gets it.
That'd be like some American like listing some hillbilly town that we've never heard. You know, it's like what it doesn't do anything.
Like,
for
seeing
us.
you see Americans get interviewed, they literally think like London's Europe and things like that.
They couldn't even name you the 4 countries that make up the UK. They couldn't even tell you about a divide between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. Couldn't tell you the difference between the UK and Great Britain. So how the fuck would they know anything about South Armagh? You know, like I mean,
I know it's mad. It's fucking. It truly is mad. This actual. But you know what? I like it.
I kind of like it because like why should Hayes like just not talk about where he's from because the Yanks are ignorant and not clued up on.
And to be fair though, I mean SAMCRO been doing
locations.
business with them for a long time. They're aware of the IRA.
Well, you like to fucking think so.
No, like the IRA and like maybe certain locations. Because I remember when Chibs
I think it's fair to say they've heard of Belfast.
and sees, of course, but when Chibs tells Jax about his first kill, he actually mentions Omagh, not Armagh. You know, like it's not like Jack's like, aye, Omagh, Jackie boy.
Pick you lads up a Stranraer.
we get the plane to Manchester, we drive up to Stranraer, and we get the boat to Belfast, brother. But aye, man, quality.
Am I the only one that kind of wanted to see SAMCRO on a fucking boat and plane? Or could that just not?
Well, imagine Clay Morrow. You're on the slot machines
First
on the
class.
Stena line, and Clay Morrow's beside you.
There's a Trump machine.
He starts greeting. Oh man, what I'd paid to be there. But aye, we basically show up at Weston's house, but there's somebody in there with a gun. Who's got the gun? It's his 10-year-old son, Cliff. He's firing the gun.
Jax breaks in. They get into like a bit of a shootout. Jax sees it. It's a kid, so he tells him, "Look, I'm a friend of your dad's." Kid wants to see the ink. Jax is like, "Yeah, sure. I've got ink." He shows him the ink. Now outside, I get it. Hale and the rest of the Sun members that have managed to catch up. They're a little bit late, but they catch up eventually. They've heard the gunshots. Now, Hale, before any gunshots went off, Hale actually left like the front door of the house and kind of like, walked away from the house to go and meet the Suns. Now, first of all, if Hale truly believes that Weston is in here, is it really a good idea to leave Jax and Weston alone in the same house? Anything could go down.
And there could be more than one guy.
Exactly, but he leaves Jax all alone here. Don't think it was intentional. I think it's just stupid writing. And then, like, they hear the gunshots, but that was like it's about a minute later where Jax is like, showing the kid his ink, and he's like, kind of calmed down the situation. And then the Suns just like literally start shooting through the window. How the fuck? They didn't know Jax can be standing in front of the window.
Literally.
Hale and the Suns start shooting through and it's like
It could have been a triple kill.
They could have wiped out the 2 kids and Jax.
It's a kid. Hold your fire.
Yeah. Then Captain America and fucking Bobby, man. It's a hold your fire. It's a damn child, man. I mean, come on, what the fuck?
I know, brilliant. Cliff then like pulls the trigger, but there's no guns left in the mag.
Yeah, he tried to shoot Jackson, but no, and he calls him a race traitor. Spits in his face. That was pretty cool, but look, I gotta be honest here. I think the writing part for Hale and the Suns just like blindly shooting into the house when Jax is inside it, I think that's pretty poor.
Yeah, like, even if they think, even if they think or know Weston's in that room, it's like, well, Jax could be in that room now.
Yeah,
like why not just burst through the door?
I see.
Or cover the exits for fuck's sake. Don't spray at random.
So I don't think that made much sense, to be honest. But I guess they wanted to do a cool action scene where, oh, it's a kid, then they get to shout, hold your fire, and you know Jax gets to jump on top of the kid to like try and protect him, and then
Exactly.
be moments away from taking a bullet. So I get that. I get what they had to maybe do that to set it up, but it didn't make much sense.
Happy grabs the laptop and says it's protected by a password, and it's like, well, mate, what else is it going to be protected by?
Plastic.
It's funny. Clay says he's going to bring the laptop to Juice. Speaking of Juice, he's at Tellermore with Unsor, drinking piss, drinking cola, pouring it over Lodi crime unit.
So the Lodi crime unit are there. Clay wanted Juice to power wax the entire place. He wanted all the evidence scrubbed, but no. Lodi are there. Lodi kind of just dismiss. They dismiss Unsor straight away because Juice is like trying to get rid of the evidence. He's trying to clean it up. They come in and are like, "What you doing? This is a crime scene." And then Unsor comes out. It's like, "What the hell are you doing, Juice? This is a crime scene." And then like, "Is this your watch?" And Unsor's like, "Yeah, I was taking a piss." And he's like, "Do you need any help, boys?" And they're like, "No, we'll handle it here." But it's the way they look at Unsor. They literally look at Unsor as if you're a fucking,
a useless sack of decrepit shite.
And he is like, hold on. I mean, this is a crime scene. Realistically, should they not have said to Unsor, "I'm sorry, that's not good enough. You should have pissed your pants." But if that's a crime scene, should there not be two officers? And I know, I get it. He sent his lads out on a lunch break. I get that. But should he not be then holding in his piss till they get back?
No, but of course Unsor's on Team SAMCRO, so...
No, I get that, but like, Team Lodi crime unit, should they not be like, hold on here, you're the only officer here, and you left the scene to go and take a piss? And then Unsor's like, we need to destroy that evidence without me getting arrested for tampering. But I mean, in my opinion, him
pissed on it.
Yeah, no, but him leaving the scene, could you not argue that's negligence?
Of course you could. But we own the law in Charmy, brother. Unsor's very pish. Like, but talking about pish, Juice jumps in a car, pretends there's no brake pads. Unsor and the guy fall over. The piss goes all over the guy's face. Tastes like piss, don't it? Epic line.
What is that? It's like Diet Cola. Tastes like piss, don't it?
Fucking does. Tastes like actual pure pish.
I wonder what Diet Cola and piss combined tastes like. Never going to try it, but just out of curiosity.
Definitely not.
You get lots of flavours of cola, you get lots of like cola and lime, cola and vanilla, cola and cherry.
Unsor Pish though, I don't fancy that one. Dr. Pish.
I tell you what, I think I'd rather Unsor Pish than Piney Pish, but...
Definitely, but Clay has had enough of Sobel's Pish and
Pepsi Pish.
He bursts into impeccable smokes, destroys the place, rings the bell, he's like, "I guess they're not open."
Should have taken a few cigars while he was there.
I know he should have.
I can't. If he takes a few cigars, that's stealing, though.
Exactly.
But if he destroys the place, that's perfectly fine.
Exactly, brother. But Chips is in critical condition, so Hale shows up, basically says to Gemma, "Right, I need some information. I know about the rape, so tell me something,
Wait,
man."
Hold on. Did we mention Darby?
He hasn't met Darby yet.
What?
No. He basically finds out that Polly is Sobel's daughter here, and then this is when they meet Darby with Jax. And then Jax is like, "Well, how did you find out that information?"
It's like, "Oh, I had a hunch." But it's kind of funny here because you just see Hale and Jax pulling up to like the spot where the other officers like pulled over Darby, and Darby must be thinking, "Hold on here, you've got Unsor in Clay's pocket, now you've got Hale in Jax's pocket." And Unsor turns around because he says, "Oh, you on SAMCRO's payroll now?" Another good quote, by the way. I like that for Big Darby.
I like that for Darby as well. But so basically at this point, you've got Jax and Hale who know about it, and because Juice has hacked the computer, because he can actually do something well.
Hold on, maybe you could argue Jax is in Hale's payroll.
You could argue that, but Juice cracks Weston's laptop. They see EZ, and then Morada Christian Center, and they work this out, and they're like, "Is no one in SAMCRO here thinking about how fucking easily they've just cracked this?" No? And also, EZ, was that a wee reference to Easy Reyes?
No. Was it? I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know, but...
You're the one that made it. You don't
exactly. Gemma and Tara do some shooting at Cara, right? And
shoot some posters, shoot up Lila's car.
Ima's car, not get right.
Ima's car, sorry.
And as much praise as I'll give the Women and Sons, this was just filler, this episode.
Yeah, I don't think this was necessary. In my opinion, it looked really stupid. I mean, I could understand shooting the posters, But see when they start turning around, they start shooting the cars up, and they're laughing and stuff.
I know it's her car, but at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, it was a wee bit.
In a game, will anything happen to them? Will Unser come and take them in for questioning?
No, because actually Gemma takes him in for questioning. Like, you boys swapping diaries again. Unser's like, shit, don't want anyone to see the beating him about the... This is the fucking chief here.
And he's cowering in his office. Oh, please, Gemma, I know you've just committed a fucking criminal offence, but 5 minutes ago, but please don't beat me up. It's like, what the hell? I mean, come on. This police unit's a joke.
It is.
Get Agent Stahl back.
It's fucking mad. Hale phones Jack, says that the sheriffs are on their way as the Sons are sitting outside the Christian Centre, basically discussing what they're going to do. AKs and shotguns is Clay's plan after Jax reveals that the police are on their way. So Clay basically makes his bed here. He's like, you know what?
We got to do it quick then. Let's go.
No, you've got to admit, see, at this point, Clay is literally just doing this to go against Jax. He's like, well, fuck you.
Trump's winning the 2024 election. AKs and shotguns.
No, but is this literally not just the middle finger of the Jax? Clay can talk about the Jax like everything I do is for this club. I put the club first. This is not putting the club first.
I know, but I don't think it's any. I think he had the shotgun and AKs.
No,
I think that was his plan from the get-go.
No, but like,
with or without Jax.
No, but what is the fucking plan here? It's like, right, the police are going to be here in 2 minutes. You're going to kill everyone inside the building?
That was his plan. He's like, better do it quickly then.
No.
Jax is like, if we do this, we're all going to jail. I mean,
AKs and shotguns. I mean, literally, they take the two guards down at the door. They bust in. They realise, oh fuck, this is the biggest botch ever.
Like, should Jax be like, well, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I mean, I wouldn't be betraying his cut, would I? I would just be doing the smart thing.
Surely he should have voiced the opinion. Well, he kind of does. Like, we're going to do time for this, and then everyone's like, oh, you know what? AKs and shotguns. We bust in. Everyone realised, well, Jax was actually right about this.
Maybe if someone else backed him up on that moment, like, but no one did.
Exactly, but Weston starts spraying with the Magnum. He's the one that initiates the shots, and because of this, everyone's screaming.
But he does it like underneath a table, so.
Oh, well, it's like
no cameras. But you could clearly tell he was shooting though, but you don't see the gun. So
obviously the cameras are probably just pointed at the one exit they thought SAMCRO would come through. Clay then whips his gun out. He's about to shoot Sobel. Jax pushes the gun down and then like kind of insinuates like, "There's the camera, Clay." Clay's like.
Jax just saves Clay for getting 15 years rammed up his ass.
Pretty much.
Thank me later.
SAMCRO run out the front. Opie takes the back door to chase after Weston and Sobel.
Yo, if Jax had let Clay do that, he could have had the gavel.
I know, fuck's sake. But tell you what, Opie's got the gavel, because guess what, guys? The sheriffs arrive and arrest everybody.
Just one man. I'm the one-man club. The sheriffs come, they arrest all the brothers, and Opie is the last man standing. Well, apart from Penny, but Penny's probably not standing.
No, it's actually a disgrace. See in the next episode when, I know we're going ahead here, right? But SAMCRO are in jail, and basically Opie has to do everything.
And Penny doesn't even come.
He's not even in the episode.
I know, but realistically, why is Penny not being kicked out? Why is he not being? No. I know. I like to joke about how he's old and he can't really ride and he doesn't really offer much, and I get that. And I say I don't think he's have a foot, but realistically, right? All the other club members are inside. Opie's essentially out on his own at the moment. Like, how is Penny not having to like face consequences for it's essentially abandoning it's essentially abandoning the club. I actually do not get it. Should that not have been Penny's time to like step up? Technically, Penny was VP.
If you look
father and son.
If you look at the Mayans, like VP. Coco disappeared and they get fucking kicked out.
And rightfully so, I think.
Aye, Piney does it, and it's like, it's good old Piney.
Oh, I know you could argue, but they know where Piney is. He's up at the. You tell me Opie didn't try and call him? Nah, come on.
I mean, you can maybe say fair enough, right? He's not at this like attack because he's incapable of fucking moving, right? But at the same time, like, well, why is he not helping Opie when the rest of them are in jail? Like his actual fucking son.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he maybe don't even need help physically, but I'm sure in the next episode, like, Opie's doing a lot of running around, trying to get a lot of information, trying to do a lot of things to get the club favours inside. I'm sure Piney could have helped towards that, but no, we don't get to see him. He's too busy drinking alcohol up at the cabin.
Exactly, guys. But
in
anyway,
my opinion, waste of a patch.
Quote of the episode goes to Unser. Diet Cola tastes like piss, don't it? I mean, there was a few choices about the car bomb, but I think this one takes the cake.
Yeah, this one's just it's just a memorable line. Like, see, I mean, you just know it's coming out his mouth as soon as you'll never not remember this as soon as that Diet Cola / pish splashes into that low-die crime unit's face. You just know the next words coming out of Unser's mouth is Diet Cola tastes like piss, don't it? I mean, you just know.
Brilliant.
If you know, you know, and that's why this is the quote of the episode.
And coming for his first MVP of the series, it's Davy Hale.
It's Davy Hale. And
probably his only MVP.
No spoilers, but if he wants Mary, better hurry up. So there you go.
There you go. But we're going to rate this episode out of 10. What you
let's don't gloss over David Hale. Let's give him his.
He gets his Blue Peter badge. Any thoughts on the Blue Peter badge?
I think he had a strong presence. It was pretty cool seeing David Hale team up with SAMCRO. Normally, it's always Unser and SAMCRO, going on these wee mystery tours, teaming up together. But it was nice to see David Hale and Jax teaming up, but even then, I feel like David Hale and Jax is more like of a partnership. It's like a 50-50 thing, whereas Unser is legit, like, just, in Clay's back pocket.
Yeah.
It did feel different to me. And it's nice to see Hale. He's like even though he's teaming up with SAMCRO, he's doing it for, like, the good of Charmin. He's doing it for, like...
And not Unser's good.
Yeah, not Unser's good. Unser's good. I don't even know what Unser's good is. Unser's good. Whatever the club find good, that's what Unser wants, but... David Hale actually seems to care about the city of Charmin and keeping the people of Charmin safe and making sure the criminals of Charmin, do time. And I guess you could argue that the Sons are criminals, but at the end of the day, I guess the Sons never raped anyone, and AJ Weston and his gang did. So, even though it's questionable that we're getting to see the pure David Hale, the guy that doesn't choose sides, technically choosing a side here, it's to bring someone to justice. It's not to make profit. It's not to for Unser. Oh, Clay, my truck's leaving Charmin tonight. Follow it, and I'll split money with. It's David Hale doing actual cop work, something Unser wouldn't know anything about. And
you've got to say, see the last two episodes, for two mid-season episodes, just look at the endings. Not a finale, not a premiere. A car bomb and then them all going to jail.
Big cliffhangers that would get you desperate to see what happens next week.
Exactly, guys, and that's where we're going to end, but we have to rate it. I'm going to... What are you giving it?
I know I've just put it over there. I didn't think it was that great, though.
Was it better than 5?
I thought it was a wee bit better than 5. I'm going to give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. I mean, maybe a 7.
I'll give it whatever you don't give. Give a half.
I think it was a 7.
I'll give it an 8 then. It's a 7.5 out of 10.
7.5 there.
Woo!